Is it true that Charlie Brown's in It's a Small World? Stay tuned to find out. Hey everybody, I'm Chris, and today on Provost Park Pass, we're going to reveal the secrets of one of the most iconic rides ever created for any amusement park. It's a Small World. Come on, world travelers, let's go and reveal those secrets. And remember, if you want more PPP, join us on Patreon, where you can get an extra video a week for as little as $3 a month. And now, it's time to make you a Disney Pro on It's a Small World. Let's start off with the most obvious thing about It's a Small World, the song. It's a joyful little ditty that repeats and repeats and repeats and repeats and repeats and repeats as you sail your boat through the countries of the world. The original idea for It's a Small World was to have the dolls singing the national anthems of their various countries, but the result was less than stellar. Imagine playing a jazz, reggae, country, rap, hypnotic dance, rave, and heavy death metal song all at the same time. It sounds just like noise. Walt then went to the Sherman Brothers and asked them to compose a simple song that could be translated into many languages and sung consistently throughout the attraction. No big deal, boys. Can you just do this and whip this up right now? And they did. Richard and Robert Sherman were a famous brother duo that contributed to so many Disney movies and attractions, including Mary Poppins, which they won 2 Academy Awards for, The Jungle Book, Aristocats, The Parent Trap, The Mini Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, and much, much more. But their most famous song is the anthem that plays throughout the happiest cruise in the world. The song plays well over 1,200 times during a typical operating day at Disneyland, and that's just counting Anaheim. It's truly an amazing song. It was created to be easily translated into any language, becoming another world unifying effort of the attraction. Since the opening of Disneyland Paris, the song It's a Small World is being played somewhere in the world every minute of every single day. It's a Small World may very well be the most performed song of all time. Michael Eisner made that claim back in 1985, but people are pretty quick to put him on blast. But when the case is made that the song plays for 16 hours a day on a continuous loop in 5 different theme parks, well, the numbers start to speak for themselves. At least I'm assuming they do. I'm not actually going to do that math since I'm not really that great at math. Robert Sherman Jr. said since 1983, there's not been a moment when It's a Small World wasn't playing in at least 2 locations on the globe. What other song can claim that? Oh, and we can't forget one of the most famous renditions of the song performed by Zazu.
It's a small world after all.
No, anything but that. More gravitas?
No. That was the perfect amount of gravitas.
Amazingly, the song is the only other Disney entity since Oswald the Lucky Rabbit to remain without a Disney Corporation copyright. That means the song is a true gift to the world and can be heard as a music demo on many electronic keyboards, playing in music boxes, and even blaring from like ice cream trucks. It's just for everybody. And by the way, this song is also my son Miles' very favorite song. He sings it all the time. The lyrics that play through It's a Small World in Disneyland suggest that we all live on one planet under just one moon and one golden sun. To enhance this idea, a moon and a sun has been placed in each area of the world that you voyage through on the ride. See if you can spot them. More than just a trending motif, it goes to show that no matter where we are on this big blue planet, we are all looking up at the same sky, same moon, and same sun. If you have pediophobia, that's the fear of dolls, this ride may not be for you. There are over 240 animated features in It's a Small World in Disneyland. The majority of the children and their faces are identical, while only attire, skin color, and locations change. While many speculate this was due to production constraints, actually, it's a creative choice, reminding us that underneath it all, we are all the same in some way or another. Rewinding a little bit, when Walt Disney first conceived of the ride, it was called Children of the World. The ride was originally an attraction at the 1964 New York World's Fair before finding a permanent home at Disneyland. Its name at the fair was a mouthful. Pepsi Cola presents Walt Disney's It's a Small World, a salute to UNICEF and all the world's children. Or Pipiti Watu Su Soatu Tuatu Wasa for short. While at the New York's World's Fair, the attraction was incredibly successful. Over 10 million tickets were sold at 60 and 95 cents a pop during the 2.5 years. All of the proceeds were donated to UNICEF. While other attractions had lines out the door, there always seemed to be a seat available aboard It's a Small World due to its high rider per hour capacity. It was recognized as a valuable innovation at the time and was incorporated indirectly and directly into future attractions such as Pirates of the Caribbean. Mary Blair was the design genius behind It's a Small World. Walt loved her playful style and the fun details that she brought to each aspect of the ride. She was responsible for the attraction's whimsical design and color styling, picked up from her time as an art director on several Disney animated features such as Cinderella, Peter Pan, and Alice in Wonderland. The facade was designed by Disney Imagineer Raleigh Crump, who was inspired by Mary Blair's styling. Walt Disney asked Raleigh to design a large 30-foot clock, a central feature to the exterior of the facade. Every 15 minutes, a parade of wooden dolls in native culture costumes dance out from the doors at the base of the It's a Small World clock to an instrumental toy soldier version of It's a Small World, obviously. The exterior has been subtly repainted over the years. First, it was all white with a gold-silver trim, then in various shades of blue, then in pink and white with pastel accents. As of 2015, the facade is white with a gold trim as it was in 1966, except the original gold and silver paint on the smiling clock face is now entirely gold leaf. The turrets and gold ornaments on the exterior of the Disneyland building are real 22-karat gold. Although the plan was to simply paint it gold, it didn't take long to see that the paint would fade and oxidize super quickly. So, believe it or not, it was cheaper just to use real gold. I mean, who else can say that but Disney? Hey, you know what's going to be cheaper for us? Real gold. Let's use that. This may be one of Disney's most iconic rides, considering it's located in every Disney park around the world, each with a centerpiece clock tower. The gardens around the building are decorated with a variety of topiary animals. It takes over 5 years to grow one of those topiaries. When the ride opened on Disneyland on May 28, 1966, Walt invited 16 children from around the world to come help dedicate it. They each brought a container of water from rivers and seas of their native lands. Walt then poured the water that was brought by the children from the 7 seas and 9 major lagoons into the ride flume, right into flume, representing a major union and harmony from countries around the world. It's a Small World takes you, well, around the world. You first enter Scandinavia and Canada, then England, France, Germany, Italy, and Switzerland, then Thailand, India, Korea, China, and Japan, then Africa, featuring the various animals of the jungle, then South America, featuring Brazil and Mexico, then the South Sea Islands of the Pacific Ocean, featuring the animals of the oceans, including a few mermaids, and the animals of the rainforest, then North America, and finally, the finale room, which features all the children of the world now dressed in all white versions of their native costumes and singing the ride's theme song in English. My mom used to always tell me that's what heaven would be like. There's something new to see every time you ride, but I personally love these fun details, so keep a sharp eye out for these ones. There's a windy sea serpent. There's a Canadian Mountie doing jumping jacks. I love that one. There's also a drum playing zebra and rhino. And oh, this is one of my very favorite Easter eggs in all of Disneyland. The Disneyland ride features a tribute to the doll's lead designer, Mary Blair, who died in 1978. Look out for a little blonde doll wearing glasses, flying in a balloon right next to the Eiffel Tower in the Paris scene. That's a tribute to Mary Blair. The boat system used to process guests through the ride proved so efficient that it was implemented on Pirates of the Caribbean, which was originally going to be a walk-through ride. If you want to see some more secrets of Pirates of the Caribbean, click here. Just so you guys know, there are differences between the worldwide versions of It's a Small World. For example, the languages heard. Here in Disneyland, the dolls sing in Swedish, Japanese, Spanish, and Italian. Oh, and of course, English. Disneyland Paris includes French, obviously, German, and Arabic verses, while in Hong Kong, Disneyland has verses in Cantonese, Korean, Mandarin, and Tagalog. But no matter where you are in the world, the attraction never uses capital letters in the title of the ride, probably emphasizing it's a small world. Get it? Small, not capital. Clever, Disney. I like what you did there. I like it a lot. In 2008, the It's a Small World attraction was closed for a 10-month period for major refurbishment. This was a super long time for a popular Disney attraction to be closed because the ride was in desperate need of some sweet, sweet TLC and major changes. The original ride system from the 1964 World Fair was now over 40 years old. That's older than producer Zach.
Hey, way!
And despite occasional repairs, it was time to upgrade the water canal and boats. The outdated fiberglass boats were replaced with redesigned boats made of durable plastic, which was lighter and more buoyant. The water propulsion system that guided the boats through the ride was replaced by more modern electronic water jet turbines developed for more efficiency and a smoother ride. Prior to the refurbishment, the boats would often bottom out in the water canal, causing the boat to stop. This happened because at the time the ride was originally built, the estimated combined weight of the guests was calculated lower than the current weight of our heavier generation of guests. So during the refurbishment, the water canal was built deeper to accommodate the increasing weight of the guests. I mean, can you blame us? Those churros are so good. At the beginning of 2009, Disney pulled back the curtain on this renovation of the ride. Along with updated technology and props, some iconic Disney characters were placed among the scenes in the world. Each appears in a land where the respective movie was set. Despite what you may think, this upset quite a few fans. But over time, spotting the characters throughout the ride has become part of the magic of the attraction. Did you know another cartoon icon shows up on the ride? Near the end of the ride, where the goodbye postcards are featured, there are a few postage stamps filled with bunches of smiley faces. Look closely at one of the stamps has Charlie Brown hidden along with other smiling faces. Good grief, Charlie Brown! He's not even a Disney character, but he's still a hidden character. During the exit tunnel, you're going to see the word goodbye written in several languages, 22 to be exact. Each boat has 6 rows, allowing for larger parties to take the cruise together. In fact, over 600 guests can be on It's a Small World at the same time, and it's estimated that over 250 million people have experienced this ride. Whoa! The canal the guests ride down is known as the 7 Seaways, filled with about 500,000 gallons of completely undrinkable water. Seriously, don't try to drink it. The happiest little cruise on Earth takes about 14 minutes to ride through, making it Amanda's favorite spot to nap. So, it may be a small world, but it's a big ride. According to internal research by Disney, 1 in 4 park guests consider It's a Small World to be a tradition when visiting the park, and it's easy to see why. The song is a classic, the long boat ride is perfect for a hot day at Disneyland, and the message of holding hands across the globe is something any true Disney fan can get behind. It really emulates the spirit of Walt Disney. It's a Small World basically has everything. It's got all kinds of whimsical creatures, but one thing it doesn't have is an abominable snowman. Or is that a Yeti? I don't know, but if you want to find that out, go look at this video right over here on the Matterhorn. You guys are amazing. I hope you have a fantastic week. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification button because that's a great way to support our channel. And if you take a picture of yourself watching this video and post it on Instagram and tag Pros Park Pass, we'll share it in our story on Instagram. You guys, have a great week. Bye-bye. Person has a good time.